What is going on, everybody? Welcome to This Week in Wrestling. I am your host, the five-time WCW champion, Foulmouth Bobbitt. Boy, oh boy, do we have an action-packed show for you tonight. This could be one of our best episodes ever. And before we start, I do want to mention a couple of things before I introduce the panel. Condolences to Joe Compton and his family. Also, Ronnie, get us our thoughts and prayers are with you, and hopefully you'll come back soon. As always, joining me today is the man for some reason. Oh, and also we're doing a JP is feeling festive, and so send your elf pics to at JP Baker 91. As he's feeling festive this year. So with that,
I'll put it to you like this: you send me a fucking elf picture and it's a fucking midget, I will fucking block you. Don't fucking do it.
Anyway, with that being said, as always, the man who has a cold boner, the cold bone man himself, JP. How you doing tonight?
My boner's not cold; it's nice and warm. But anyway, how are you doing today?
Doing good. A little busy at work, but you know it's the holidays.
You actually did something today. Good for you.
Shut up. As always, joining him is the lovely tattoo mistress and Miss Wendy, who's joining us. How are you guys tonight?
We're doing okay.
Good. And we got the most sinister guy that apparently lives in Texas, Johnny. How you tonight, man?
That was a horrible intro.
I
expect better out of you. God damn it. No, I'm just kidding. What's up, man? The only reason why Bobbitt's sitting there saying this is going to be the best show ever, he's got windows open.
And as always, we have Trek. How are you, Trek?
Good, man. How are you?
Okay, I take that back. Mine was at least better than Trek.
Well, it's Trek. Goddamn.
Yeah, he doesn't get a grand entrance. JP, what do you want to start off with? Because we've got news, we've got booking, we've got my new segment, which I've been excited for all day, but we'll save that for the end. Let's talk about this. Apparently, Impact Wrestling is no longer going to be on Pop starting January of next year. It's going to some fucking channel that nobody's heard of. I'm pretty sure 95% of Americans probably don't even get this channel.
The Pursuit channel?
What do you guys think about TNA moving to an outdoor channel of all things?
So TNA's still relevant? Look, I'm going to say this. People are sitting there saying, well, TNA has really talented wrestlers. So does WWE. In fact, WWE probably has the most talented roster they've ever fucking had. The reason that fucking TNA is stuck in the position that they're in is because their content is... It's worse than WWE's. Everybody thinks it's good. How is it good? What have they done? What? Because they have Tessa Blanchard? So... One person does not make the show. Ever since Rosemary has been away from the show, it's been shit. Now she's coming back, but I don't think she can save the show. Sorry. And that's just me. TNA is garbage. Sami Callihan is garbage. Who's their world champion over there?
I think it's Moose.
Is it Moose?
I think.
Can you look that up, Trek?
Yeah.
It's either John Morrison or Moose. One of the two. But ever since Austin Aries left the company, it's been shit. And that's just me. And Johnny, what do you think?
TNA hasn't been relevant to me since AJ Styles left. So.
And I totally agree.
Who cares if they're going to fucking some unknown channel? It just means, it just confirms what everybody else has been saying for years. They're fucking pointless promotion.
True. I can't disagree.
Johnny.
What?
It's Johnny Impact.
Yeah. The guy that can't...
John Morrison.
Yeah, the guy that can't keep one name. He has to have a name for every fucking show that he's on. I mean, seriously, they called it, what is Johnny Mundo on fucking Lucha Underground, Johnny Impact on on damn Impact, and if he was on fucking New Japan Pro Wrestling, it'd probably be Johnny New Japan Pro Wrestling. I like John Morrison, I really do, but the guy needs to keep one fucking name.
He wouldn't be Johnny in JPW. He'd be Johnny Kawaii.
Yeah, well, okay, you know what I mean. But it's just I like Johnny. I like John Morrison. I really do. He should have stuck with the gimmick that he fucking had when he was with WWE. And WWE didn't say that he couldn't use it because he used it wherever he's gone. It's just pointless. New TNA or Impact, whatever the fuck you want to call it, hasn't been relevant, like Johnny said, since AJ Styles left. Next question. That's how I feel about Impact. They're garbage.
What are your thoughts, Johnny?
I just told you.
Trickster, what are your thoughts?
I'm shocked they're still on.
I mean, look, yes, is it newsworthy? Not really, because nobody... I read something on it today, and I'm not shitting on you about it. I don't think it's really relevant. People are trying to make it relevant, and it's not. It's really not. You know what I mean? And it's not. Who... They've buried all their other fucking talent they've ever had. So, yeah. That's all I got to say about that.
Well, here's my thoughts on it. I know that they have a... We all know that they're on Twitch now. I'm really surprised that they still want to be on TV. I thought maybe they would go only to Twitch and just stay there, because they actually have quite a decent following on Twitch, believe it or not.
Yeah.
No, that's pretty plausible, actually.
I wouldn't mind if they moved to Twitch. They'd probably get more views. That's not a joke either. Because hunting people aren't going to fucking watch that show, because that's what that fucking show is. Nobody fucking cares.
They're trying to go for that redneck agenda.
Oh, JP, you got any news you want to bring up?
Good talk.
Sorry, I had to step away. I had a little one to worry about. What was the question?
You good? You got anything you want to bring up?
I mean, well, we could talk about what happened this past week.
Well,
with Raw, NXT, SmackDown. I mean, look, people are sitting there fucking shitting on the fucking shows from Monday and Tuesday, saying, well, nothing's changed. Well, Jesus fucking Christ. You expect Rome to be built in a day. Essentially. This is a problem with our society when it comes to anything, and it's not just wrestling, anything. They expect instant gratification. Just sit back and try to enjoy it. I get it. Some people are it's going to take a while, Not everybody's going to like everything that they give us, and I'm okay with that. Some people aren't going to like the fucking new era that they're probably going to go into. Shit happens. Things are going to change. And one of the changes that I hope they do is that they fucking book the women better, which we're going to get into here in a minute. But Monday was an okay show. It wasn't great. Tuesday was an okay show. It wasn't great. It was a little more impactful that Vince showed up on Tuesday night because he wasn't scheduled to show up. So, yeah. I mean, I don't know what else I can say. I already pretty much said what I talked about Monday and Tuesday. I've been saying the same thing, and I stay on the same course. Give it time. What does everybody else think?
Like I said, I'm skeptical right now. I'm just gonna wait and see what happens.
I'm skeptical too. But what I'm getting at is, I'm very skeptical. I have been, but if things are changing, it's not going to change overnight. And everybody, and that's the thing. So it's okay to be skeptical, but yet optimistic. That makes sense.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Give it a chance. If they don't change it, then that's when that's when we can lay into them, saying you didn't change a goddamn thing.
Trey, you got any thoughts or opinions?
When I saw on Monday night, when I got to watch it on Hulu, it already seemed a little bit better. I mean, it seemed like they were trying to turn a corner. I think they were picking up the slack a little bit at least.
I mean, they ended the storyline that needed to end badly because it was really dragging the show down. And people are like, well, it's the same old fucking shit. Baron Corbin this, Baron Corbin that. I think you're missing the point. They have to end the feud. WWE's got to stop just ending shit, because people will sit there. Sooner or later, somebody will look back. What happened to the Baron Corbin storyline?
Well, speaking of that, thank you for mentioning that.
What?
They canceled a few storylines, and one was gonna piss everybody off.
Go ahead.
So before they did hit the reset button, the storyline was with Baron Corbin is they was gonna have Baron still lose at TLC. They's gonna have Alexa Bliss run everything on Raw.
Right. Yeah.
And what a shit show that would have been.
But they put a kibosh on it, right?
Yeah. It essentially got scrapped because of the reset.
And it all stems from what Seth Rollins did. And I think Vince is behind it all. I really do. Let's talk about Wednesday, NXT. Did any of you guys watch NXT? I know, Johnny, you probably didn't. You did watch NXT? You did watch it then, Bobbitt?
Yeah.
Facebook says he hears echo on Bobbitt's end.
Okay, well, I can't. There's an echo on your end, Bobbitt. I can't fix it. Who said that?
Okay.
Yeah, I can't. I can't fix it. I wish I could. NXT probably is gotten a little better since Aleister Black's gotten back. Now, the way that it ended on Wednesday is a little confusing to me. What in the fuck story are they telling? See, they talked in circles with the story now. The story was that Johnny Gargano wanted to get at Tommaso Ciampa. Now what happened Wednesday is Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano essentially beat the fuck out of fucking Aleister Black at the end of the show. I'm confused as to where this storyline is going. I really am. Are they still telling the fucking Gargano Ciampa story, or are they moving on from it? I'm so confused.
They're reuniting their tag team.
I understand that. So what I'm saying is they're reigniting the storyline.
Yeah.
So stupid. This is why NXT is no better than the main roster. It really isn't. It really isn't.
That just tells me that Aleister Black is getting called up. So.
Could care less. I really could. I could care less who gets called up. I really could. There's people on fucking Twitter always saying, "Well, I think Nikki Cross is going here." Does it really matter where she fucking goes? I could give two shits where she goes. I don't give a fuck who WWE calls up. Because you shouldn't call anybody fucking up unless somebody leaves. Because you're over stockpiling the main roster if you keep fucking doing that.
Well, that's been a problem for a while.
Exactly. And I am getting sick of it because essentially what happens is they're gonna end up being like Ty Dillinger. They're gonna be sitting on the fucking sidelines and they're doing a goddamn thing.
Mm-hmm.
Get rid of some of the superstars that you're not fucking using,
and really are never gonna use,
and start pushing some other talent. If you're bringing somebody up from NXT, use them. Don't sit on them because they aren't doing you any good sitting there. You're essentially losing money by paying them to do nothing. And that makes no sense to me. Because all these superstars have guaranteed contracts now. Whether or not they compete, they're getting paid. And this is where Drew McIntyre was throwing out the complacency argument with a lot of the fucking people back behind the curtain. They don't give a fuck. They're going to sit in a chair and hope their name gets called. If they don't, oh well, I'm still getting fucking paid. That's the problem with WWE. That's essentially the problem. Now, we did see fucking Tuesday night and Monday night that they used those stars in pretty key positions, i.e. Mustafa Ali beating Daniel Bryan. Does that mean that Daniel Bryan's going to be feuding with Mustafa Ali? I enthusiastically doubt it.
No, it's probably gonna be Andrade.
No, it's not even going to be Andrade. I think it's still going to be AJ Styles.
No, I'm saying Mustafa's gonna be feuding with
Yeah.
Andrade.
Oh, yeah. I think it's going to be because they're having a match next week,
Right.
if I remember correctly. People are getting so fucking excited. People are going to get overexcited about something that's not happening. But we'll see. Don't be surprised if AJ Styles don't win the title back. But go ahead, Johnny.
Just to go back to the news real fast. What JP has been saying was pretty much confirmed. Or this is there was this indie wrestler that did a 450, and he's now suffering a broken skull because of it.
Yeah.
This is why high spots.
It's okay.
Are dumb.
I'm not okay. Again, don't say I don't like high spots. There's certain high spots I don't like. What this guy did is one of those high spots I do not like. He essentially did a 450 splash onto concrete through a table. Missed the table entirely because he was going too fast. He got moving too fast and did a flip and completely missed everything. And now he's got a broken skull.
He also lost hearing, I think, too.
Well, I mean, that's why I said what I said, and I know that, and I'm not shitting on it, but this is why I don't care for those spots. Because this kid was a good young talent, was he not? I don't even know who it was. Does anybody know who it was?
Yeah. I'm not 100% sure on the name, honestly.
Okay, well. Anyway.
Yeah. I had to mention that.
There's also a rumor going around that Becky Lynch is facing fucking Asuka at the Royal Rumble. Okay. I think that's happening still. Let me finish. I still think
I'm going to use that as a segment.
Can I finish?
Yeah, go ahead.
I essentially think I think that's going to happen because I don't think Becky's winning the Royal Rumble. No. It's going to be Charlotte. Charlotte's winning the Royal Rumble, and she's going to face Ronda Rousey at WrestleMania. That's essentially what I think is going to happen. What other news is out there? Anybody want to talk about? Well, we'll talk about the women's division here in a bit. What else is out there? There was some other stuff out there that's been going about.
I have not had time to look.
I was looking today, but I really couldn't find anything. So yeah. Why don't we get into why we're actually here? You want to do that now? Or did you want to add something to that, Bobbitt?
I was going to use the Asuka Becky thing as a segue into it.
Oh, I already did, but go ahead.
I can still use it. Fuck it. Why not? So as we all know, main event reveal that it was going to be Asuka Becky at the Rumble. Now that Paige pretty much confirmed that that's not a thing. Well, we know. Anyway, how would you guys book the women's division starting now to WrestleMania 35?
Johnny, go ahead. You're the master booker.
And the baiter.
Nice try.
Johnny, you there? Let's see, fell asleep. We can't hear you, man.
You what?
Bobbitt asked the question, how would you book from now till WrestleMania for the women's division? Now keep in mind, Asuka is now the champion.
Honestly, I'm gonna throw kind of an oddball pick on who I would have face Asuka. I would go with Mandy Rose.
They have been pushing her a bit.
At the Royal Rumble or at WrestleMania?
No, like it would be too soon for her to do that, but I would start building her up to be like a SummerSlam WrestleMania match.
Okay.
If I was going to go with the here and now, I mean, you could do a story with Carmella one more time at the Royal Rumble, let her win the Women's Royal Rumble, have her go up against Asuka, Asuka gets her win at WrestleMania, and then you could start building up Mandy Rose.
Okay. All right. I mean,
that's how I would handle Asuka.
Say it again?
That's how you would handle
And that's how I would handle Asuka.
Okay. I think they are going to do Now, Becky's not getting a rematch because rematch, as you know, WWE, the 30-day rule is out the window now. The rematch clauses are out of the window. Period. No longer exist in WWE. So essentially, Becky and Charlotte have to work to get back to their position or stature.
Right.
Now, that being said, I think there's going to be a kind of like a battle royal, most likely. The way I would book it is not even a battle royal. I would kind of like essentially have a little tournament to see who faces Asuka at the Royal Rumble. Now, the person that faces Asuka at the Royal Rumble for the title does not get put in the Royal Rumble match. So, what does that say? You essentially have somebody win that tournament that is not going to win the Royal Rumble.
Right.
Because it don't make sense to have a person that just got a title shot be in the Royal Rumble. WWE's never done that except for when Roman Reigns. They did it with Roman Reigns. That made no sense.
Yeah, it did.
That's why Roman Reigns gets shit on. Because they had him wrestle twice in one night, and it was essentially putting him right back in the fucking title picture. I would have, and I could see Mandy Rose winning that tournament, but I think it's going to be Becky that wins that tournament. She gets her rematch. She loses to Asuka, and Asuka holds that title until probably SummerSlam. This is how WWE. This is where WWE needs to build newer stars. That's what they said they were going to do. That's what they should do. Move Becky and Charlotte over to fucking over to Raw so that they can do this fucking thing with fucking Ronda Rousey. Because they're gonna do, and we'll get into that. They're gonna do ultimately they're gonna do the 4 Horsewomen versus 4 Horsewomen. By the way, I seen Jessamine Duke fucking wrestle. She's fucking sucks ass. My God, is she terrible? Did you watch that match, Bobbitt? She is awful.
It was a cringe carnival.
Awful. My God, is she terrible?
She's the greenest goose shit.
They better fucking have her working at the Performance Center too, because she is terrible. She is eons behind Io Shirai. She's even eons behind Ronda Rousey.
She's eons behind her own fucking partner, Marina.
Yeah, she's bad. She's bad. I would ultimately have Asuka beat Becky at the Royal Rumble, and then somehow, some way, or have Becky face Asuka at WrestleMania, something like that. I don't know. I think they're gonna do. Becky's gonna be in the title picture for a while. How I would book it, and this is how I want it to be booked, is Becky should be facing Ronda at WrestleMania.
Yeah, I agree with that.
It should not be Charlotte. But, again, this is WWE we're talking about here. It's ultimately going to be Charlotte versus Ronda Rousey. Here's the thing. The main event puts the butts in the seats, right?
Right.
The undercard is what makes the show. Am I right?
Mm-hmm.
I honestly think, because look at which, we had this discussion. The undercard of WrestleMania 3, the match of the night was Randy Savage versus Steamboat, correct?
Yeah.
What match put the butts in the seats? Hogan Giant. Hogan Andre. They're the ones that sell the tickets. And ultimately, that's why fucking Roman Reigns was getting the push that he was, is because he was ultimately selling the tickets. Nobody else was. That's who everybody wanted to see, even though every show you seen him, you wanted to get booed. Well, he was getting booed. That's why people were showing up, so they could fucking boo Roman Reigns. So, I mean, it's hard to book the women's division. I'm going to try my best. So for Royal Rumble, I see what Johnny said. I see Mandy Rose winning the thing, the number one contender, and facing Asuka. Ultimately losing to Asuka. Now, does that mean that Mandy Rose is done being pushed? No, they're going to start pushing her. They've been using her. You can tell they're using her in situations that, yeah, she's gotten better. She is no Eve Marie.
No, fuck no.
Eva
She
Marie.
cares about the business.
Yeah, she's actually showing signs of actually wanting to be there. The Elimination Chamber match, which is going to happen, I would ultimately, that's where I'd have the winner of the Royal Rumble, depending on who wins it, because ultimately Charlotte, I think, is winning the Rumble. You'd have Becky and Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville, Naomi, and a couple of others of the women. Probably Peyton Royce and...
Well, if you're going to paint Royce, you're going to Billy
Lana?
Kay too, because you're attached.
Well, she's going to be on the outside, though. You ain't going to have them both in the fucking ring. Who else, Bobbitt?
Lana?
Fuck no.
Naomi.
She's on Raw. I already said Naomi. But have them have the Elimination Chamber, and the winner of that match faces Asuka at the WrestleMania. Because Charlotte is ultimately going to face Ronda Rousey. And I think Asuka's going to wrestle Becky. So honestly, I would not have Becky wrestle Asuka until WrestleMania. I would keep them apart. And build that feud. That feud you don't even need to really build a story for. Let them two go. That's just me, though. So ultimately, I would have, but Becky does not beat Asuka. Asuka they start building Asuka, or Asuka's getting this build that she cannot be beat. Right? Have Charlotte beat Ronda at WrestleMania. What happens a couple of months after SummerSlam? WWE goes over to Fox. Who does Fox want?
Ronda.
Move Ronda over to SmackDown. Have her face Ronda. Have her face Asuka at SummerSlam. Have Ronda beat Asuka at SummerSlam. And there you go. And then you have Ronda on SmackDown. Then you do the Ronda Rousey Becky story. And do that. You could. There's different ways you can go. I did like that Asuka did win, but do not be surprised if WWE does not put the title right back on Becky or Charlotte. Because, and I'm going to say this now, I heard an advertisement today, and March 26th, they're doing, for the WWE SmackDown Women's title, Becky versus Charlotte. Now, cards are subject to change, but I did hear that driving to pick up some stuff today. So don't be surprised if Becky or Charlotte doesn't get the fucking title back. Keep that in mind. That's why I think they're going to do Becky fucking versus Asuka at Royal Rumble. Asuka loses to Becky. Becky holds the fucking title until fucking WrestleMania. We'll see, though. We shall see. I hope that's not what happens, but Ultimately, I want to see Becky versus Charlotte, or Becky versus Ronda at WrestleMania. I would ultimately have Becky win the Royal Rumble. She goes on to face Ronda Rousey. Asuka faces Charlotte. Asuka gets her win back against Charlotte. And then you do the Ronda movie. Becky beats Asuka, or Becky beats Ronda, and you move Ronda over to SmackDown after right around SummerSlam. You do a kind of like a what do you call it? Not a draft, but a shakeup, and move Ronda over to SmackDown so that she can be on Fox in October. Have her beat Asuka, or the night that Fox debuts on or WWE debuts on Fox, have Asuka wrestle Ronda for the title. Do you know how many fucking viewers you would get for that show?
You got everyone you lost to in the intermittent.
All you got to do is promote Ronda Rousey. It's all you got to fucking do. I guarantee it. She'll get you views. And being on USA isn't doing it. Because everybody's like, well, I can just watch it on Hulu. Just saying. What do you think about that?
I like it.
Trek? How would you book the women's division?
All I can think of is Asuka versus Ronda. I mean, like, they would have to have Ronda lose to Charlotte at WrestleMania, like you said.
No, I want you to book the women's division. Book it. Tell me what you would do. Tell us what you would do.
Well, first off, for Royal Rumble, I have Charlotte win the Rumble.
Okay.
And the Elimination Chamber. I would have.
You'd have what? A tick?
No. Peyton Royce.
You're putting the match together. I was like, you're gonna have fucking Peyton Royce win the fucking match? What the fuck are you smoking?
No.
Okay, go on.
No, I'm trying to think of who I would put in the Elimination Chamber.
Ultimately, who would you have winning the Elimination Chamber?
I probably would have Mandy Rose, since they're pushing the crap out of her now.
You'd have Mandy Rose face Asuka at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
What about Becky? What are you gonna do with Becky? She's the #1 fucking star in fucking women's division on WWE right now. What are you gonna do with Becky? You gonna leave her out in the breeze?
No.
What are you gonna do with her? I'm just asking. She's your money getter right now. She is. Right now, Becky is the money.
Yeah.
She is right now the money for WWE. They don't see that, but she is.
Right.
Go ahead.
I would have said Becky versus Nia Jax, actually. Because they have that storyline right there.
So you want to keep never mind. I don't even want to fucking say it. You want to keep her relevant? She's about as relevant as a fucking dog shit. I'm serious. After what happened to her fucking Monday, she's about as relevant as Kurt Hawkins. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think they're done with the Becky Nia thing. I really do. It's a nothing burger. But go on. Don't think too hard. There's only 12 women. Ultimately, who would you have Okay, so who would you have wrestling for the Raw Women's title at WrestleMania?
Ronda and
Who are you
Charlotte.
going to have for the SmackDown Women's title?
I said Asuka versus Mandy.
And then I go back to this. What are you going to do with Becky?
Well, wait a minute. Wait.
Go on.
Why? And I'm actually going to defend.
No,
Trick
I'm just
here.
asking because this is why I'm asking. She is the number one woman on the show. Do you think WWE is going to keep her out of it?
No. But that's not what I'm talking about. I actually agree with him on having Nia, her and Nia face off at WrestleMania. I would do it.
And you're gonna whatever. I disagree, but and the reason I say that is
that's an actually interesting story. There's a real life aspect to it. It has everything. I don't like Nia Jax as much as the next person, but it makes the most plot. Because this is my thing. I am sick and tired of the same women at the top. I'm sick of it.
I get it.
I'm sick of seeing Charlotte. I'm sick of seeing Ronda, and I'm sick of seeing Becky. I want somebody new up there.
I get it. I honestly think that what happened on Monday, they aren't doing anything more with Nia. I really don't. I really think they're pretty much gonna put her on the back burner. I think with what happened, freaking. It was at TLC, wasn't it? When Becky knocked Nia out.
Yes, that was TLC.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind seeing it, but I think they kind of wrote it off the way they did it.
Right, but you're also trying to bring it back down to what WWE is doing. This is what would we do?
Okay, well keep going. Keep going.
Well, it's Trek still. I was just saying he's got a
keep
point.
going.
Good talk, Trek. I'd sit there defending you. You gave me nothing afterwards.
I'm trying to think of who else I would put in this division.
Don't worry about who you'd put in the division. You put them in the division. Don't just think about who's there.
And don't forget the call-ups that they mentioned on Monday.
I don't think they're going to do anything with them right off the bat. So you'd have... Okay, so you get to WrestleMania. God damn it. You get to WrestleMania. What do you have happen?
Charlotte beats Ronda.
Okay.
Asuka retains, of course.
Okay.
And then Becky beats Nia Jax.
Okay.
They get to SummerSlam. And I'd have Ronda wins the number one contenders match on the whichever pay-per-view would be before SummerSlam. I don't know, Backlash or whatever.
It'd be yeah.
And she doesn't beat Charlotte, and then they bring her on to SmackDown. The first night, like you said, I'd have Ronda versus Asuka.
And have Asuka beat Charlotte? Or Asuka beat Ronda? Or Ronda beat Asuka?
Yeah.
For the title on Fox.
Yeah, that's how you start off. And I know Bobbitt's not going to be a fan of that. I mean, like, I love Asuka, but that's how you get the viewers in, is you have Ronda win her first night on SmackDown.
Okay. Bobbitt?
I've got 4 different scenarios in my head, and they're all not equaling the same result.
They're all equaling the same result?
They're not equaling the same
Okay.
result.
Here's
what I would do. This might be a stretch. Yeah. I'd do Asuka versus Becky at the Rumble. Have Ronda come out, fuck over Becky. Becky's pissed off. She beats up Carmella, takes her spot in the Rumble. Do what you did with Roman Reigns. Because ultimately, that can't hurt Becky because Becky is so over right now. They can deal Roman Reigns staying with her and still be okay.
I ultimately think
That's how big she is right
I
now.
ultimately think that would kill her if they did that. If they tried booking her like Roman Reigns, that would kill her. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't. But go ahead.
I have Becky win the Royal Rumble. I have Charlotte win the Elimination Chamber. Then I do Becky versus. Actually, no. Scrap that. I'd somehow get Charlotte on Raw as well and do a triple threat at WrestleMania between Ronda, Becky, and Charlotte. I'd have fucking Nikki Cross versus Asuka at WrestleMania.
Yeah, but what is Nikki done? How are you gonna have Nikki get in there at WrestleMania?
Winning the chamber.
They better do something quick. They ain't just gonna throw Nikki Cross into the fucking chamber match. I mean, ultimately, think about it. WWE's not just gonna throw somebody in there and have them win it. At least I don't see it. They've never done it, and I don't see them ever doing that. But go ahead. It wasn't her mouth.
And SummerSlam, like, there's two possibilities in my head, but I completely forgot that Fox wants Ronda. I was going to do Kyrie versus Asuka at SummerSlam for the belt, but can't do that.
I don't think they're. Do you think they're going to call Kyrie Sane up that soon? I don't think so.
Yeah.
She still has to go against.
I honestly do.
Kyrie still has issues with Shayna to take care of in NXT.
That's the thing.
By the time SummerSlam rolls around, that could be taken care of.
So when do you? My question to you is, when do you think they're calling Kyrie Sane up?
Not after WrestleMania.
After WrestleMania. Maybe. I can see that. I see it going the other way. I see him calling Shayna Baszler up. But keep going. I gotta take care of something.
Actually, that plays into another idea I just thought of. Call up Shayna and go ahead and move at the night after WrestleMania. Have Ronda go to SmackDown. Keep Ronda on SmackDown. And at Money the Bank, put the belt on Ronda. And at SummerSlam, do Ronda versus Shayna.
Keep going.
Of course, Ronda would win. And yeah, that's how I do it.
Okay. All right. The end game ultimately. All right, now let's do the end game that ultimately it's Asuka versus Becky. Or Charlotte, or God damn it, Ronda versus Becky. At WrestleMania. Do you guys see Ronda, if they're doing that, do you see Becky winning the Royal Rumble, or do you see her winning the Elimination Chamber?
Rumble.
You see her winning Rumble? Track?
Yep.
I could see her actually win the chamber.
Okay. So ultimately, because they're not doing away with the brand split. They're not.
No.
They're not. They just don't have GMs anymore. Because if you heard them say that it's just the McMahons are running both shows. The superstars themselves are still part of they're still doing the brand split. Yeah. Johnny, how do you see Becky and Ronda, them getting to Becky and Ronda?
I could see it at Royal Rumble.
I mean, they're telling the story because they did of what Ronda did at TLC by knocking both of them off the ladder. But then if you heard what Vince said, he said, "Quit your whining and complaining," which is what was going to start happening with Becky. She was going to start whining and complaining about being screwed over again. And Vince ultimately stopped her and said, "Quit complaining, just get back into the ring. The only way you're going to get anywhere is if you get back in the ring and get the job done. Because there is no more rematches. The rematch clause is dead. We've been waiting for that for a long time. I have anyway. No, I don't smell like Old Spice basement. I really don't. Let me see here. Fucking basement. Looking to see. Go ahead.
He's addicted to your ass, by the way. Ooh.
Basement
Here's some breaking news.
said that Kairi Sane's probably going to flop on the main roster.
I see that. You guys want to hear the
Dave Meltzer ratings for
I really
TLC?
don't care, but okay. Let's see what this fucking shitbird had to fucking say. Give it to me.
Alright, hang on. Waiting for the thing to load. This could be interesting and funny.
Okay. Whenever you're ready. Does anybody got anything else that they want to add?
I'm sleepy.
Yeah, me too. I'm not sleepy, but
I done dozed off once.
I know because we called for you and you didn't fucking answer.
At least I wasn't snoring.
Alright, here we go.
Alright, Bobbitt.
Cruiserweight title match. 3.5 stars.
Well, of course you gave it 3.5 stars because Dave Meltzer's a fucking flip-flop fucking mark. He is. He's a... Go ahead.
The ladder
Which
match.
one?
Lashley Elias.
Yeah.
2 stars.
2
He gave that
stars.
fucking shit show a 2 stars. He gave that 2 fucking stars. What a dumbass. Moving on.
Mixed match challenge finals.
Yeah.
1.2 stars.
That I can buy. That was a fucking shit match.
The SmackDown Live tag title match.
Yeah.
3.2 stars.
Yeah.
The Strowman Corbin match.
Yeah.
1 star.
You want to know why you gave it 1 star? Because it didn't have any. It wasn't even a fucking match. it was ultimately fucking Finn Balor and the other guys beating the fuck out of Baron Corbin and then Braun Strowman pinning him.
The Natalya Ruby Riott match.
I'm listening.
2 stars. 2 stars.
That was better. It's better than that.
McIntyre versus Balor.
Yeah.
3.2 stars. Yeah. Orton versus Mysterio.
Yeah.
1.5
stars.
Yep.
That's a shocker. I would have thought he would have given it 3.5 stars because Rey Mysterio was in the match.
The Raw Women's title match.
Yeah.
3.7.
Are you
stars.
fucking kidding me?
Nope.
Oh my god! He gave that match 3.7 stars. I cannot wait to hear what he gave the fucking SmackDown Women's match. If he gave that a lower fucking score, this guy is a complete fucking goofball. Go ahead, Bobbitt.
The WWE title match.
Which was the second best match of the night. Go ahead.
4.7.
I can believe it. That was a really good match. Keep going.
A match that everybody hated. Ambrose versus Rollins.
Yep.
3 stars.
Are you shitting me?
I know.
No, I knew
he was gonna do it.
Oh my god. Dave Meltzer, I hope that you fucking burn in fucking shit. Because that is garbage fucking rating. And you fucking know it. You fucking WWE mark. Moving on.
The women's TLC match.
Which was the match of the night.
4.5 stars.
Okay, at least it was better than the fucking Raw women's match.
No, it wasn't.
He said 3.7 for the women's match. 4.7. He gave 4.7. What was 4.7 for the WWE title?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, shush it. I can't. Oh, Dave Meltzer's such a dipshit.
Isn't Tokyo Dome would have been 7 stars.
But, well, he's a dipshit.
I know.
I was listening to him, Starrcade 97. He said that the match between him and Hogan had no build. Because there was no story there. That's what Dave Meltzer said. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? This story was written a long fucking time ago. It's just something that WCW copied. It is the one person. The story is Roddy Piper is the only is the one person that Hogan could never fucking beat. And he said that Roddy's promo ability ruined the match. Roddy Piper fucking talks like a fucking crazy person anyway. So whatever Dave Meltzer says, I take with a grain of salt because the guy's a dipshit. That's why I don't put anything that guy says is he can talk about statistics and shit, but he's not very good. His rating scheme, he's a dumb. I don't even want to fucking talk about the guy. He just pisses me off.
Dave Meltzer is a genius.
Yeah,
What are you talking about?
The guy's a fucking douchebag. There's no other fucking word for it. The guy thinks he knows wrestling. Like he's saying, well, here's how I would run the company, coming from somebody that's never fucking run a fucking company.
We do that all the time.
We book matches. Talking about running an entire company. I'm talking about something completely different. This guy thinks he knows everything. I'm talking about Dave Meltzer. Guys,
well, so do you.
I do not. So, yeah. Whatever. Dave Meltzer's a dumbass. That's all I have. Again, it's really hard to book a women's division. Ultimately, I think it's going to be Charlotte Ronda and Asuka Becky are going to be the two women's matches. I really think Nia Jax is going to get put on the back burner because people don't want to see her. So, but that's just me. That's what I see. I could be wrong.
With that being said, Bobby, you're doing your segment now?
Yeah, Bobbitt, let's get your shit show out of the way.
Well, with that being said, I actually need to go because somebody is actually waiting on me.
Hey, man.
Yep.
But thank you guys for
Have a
having
good
me.
night, man.
And I'll as soon as I get done, I'll be back.
If we're still here.
Oh, man.
Okay.
Have a good night.
Yep.
Hurry it up, Bob.
All right.
The
segment I've been waiting for.
What's in the box?
What's in the box?
All right, I'm going to put you on. Hold on, Bobbitt, before you start doing that. Go ahead.
All right.
So if you don't know,
I have two boxes
of
Then Now Forever cards. So let's do this. Let's see who I get. How the hell do you open these?
Like she knows the answer to fucking everything.
Anybody remember this? The higher power segment from Raw.
Nope, because I can't even fucking see it.
It was me, Austin. Oh, son of a bitch. The limo exploding.
Did you just say? Are you showing me cards of fucking? Did I really? What are you doing? You said a little explosion.
Ooh, Roddy Piper card.
Okay.
Ooh, nice. Andre the Giant.
Yeah, nobody could see it, Bobbitt. Nobody could see it because you waved it and then turned it away.
Oh.
That's Ted DiBiase. That ain't Andre the Giant.
I said Ted DiBiase. Here's Andre.
That's better. You showed the Andre Giant card and went like this, and then fucking
Ooh. A Sarah Logan rookie card.
Burn that motherfucker. Use it as kindling.
Ronnie's gonna take a trip down to get that car,
Shut the
Bobbitt.
fuck up, Trek.
Bobby Roode.
Bobby Roode. The Miz. Connor. R-Truth.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
That's what you get.
A damn coach.
A damn coachman card.
There we go.
There we go. Eric Young.
Yeah.
Rookie card.
Rookie card.
Yeah, he's far from a rookie.
Ooh,
Hideo Tommy rookie card.
Okay.
Jesus Christ.
A Billy Kay rookie card.
Nothing wrong with that.
Ooh. Ricochet.
Yeah. Why don't you explain to us? Yeah.
Dillinger.
Dillinger.
Yeah, why don't you explain to us what you're doing here?
I'm just
separating the cards.
You're separating the cards or revealing the cards?
Both.
Both.
Okay.
Yes.
Dude.
Shinsuke.
Yeah.
I don't know
who this guy is. Mark Andrews. But I have his rookie card.
He's part of TM61, I think.
Oh.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
How
freaking awesome.
Yep, you're probably gonna get triplicates of those.
I'm okay with that.
I mean, you know how much I love Roman.
You know that diminishes the value of the card, correct? What? You fucking holding your mouth open like you fucking took a shit all over yourself.
There it is.
Yeah, it's not worth $400. Trust me.
If you don't know,
this card is selling on eBay right now for $400.
Again, it's not worth $400.
I'm still this on eBay tonight.
Free shipping. I kind of want to keep it because I like Ronda.
Anybody that let me say something real quick. Anybody that wants to buy that card for $400 is a fucking idiot. I'm just saying. That card is not the card is not worth $400.
This wood card made up for all these packs that I bought. Dash Wilder. Ooh. Finn Balor.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. A Killian Dane rookie card. Oh my god.
For
you, Ronnie.
Nikki Bella.
I told you I was gonna get you a Nikki card.
Now that one's worth $400.
Dude,
I can't believe I got that Ronda card. That's awesome.
The first one you opened, too.
Yeah, probably one in there too.
If it does,
I'm happy.
That means
$800 in profit.
You're not gonna make $800 off of it. Nobody's gonna want to buy that fucking card for $400 fucking dollars. Jesus Christ.
Hey, look, something we brought up on the show last night. Stone Cold and the Zamboni.
Okay, that's a Raw 25 card. That's 25th anniversary card.
Personally, my favorite moment ever, the Shield reuniting.
The Shield reuniting?
Mm-hmm.
For what, the 10th time, or the 3rd time, or the 6th time, or?
Oh wow! When Triple H married Stephanie.
Oh, the segment,
quote unquote.
Yeah.
Ooh! When Jeff Hardy jumped off the Titantron.
Yeah, a spot that I didn't like.
All right.
Is that it?
Well, there's more. It's like, you know, those are not the exciting stuff. Ooh. Mr. Wonderful card.
Paul Orndorff? That's Roddy Piper.
Mm-hmm. I know, but it's a Paul Orndorff card. Eric Rowan?
Yeah, that card's worth about 5 cents.
Kalisto?
That card's worth about a half a penny.
Another Sarah Logan rookie card.
That card, I wipe my ass with that card. That's about all that's worth.
Another Bobby Roode. Is true. Another rookie Billy Kay.
Yeah? I mean, Bobbitt, you realize that... Never mind. Just keep going.
Another Ricochet.
Yeah.
Well, JP, you called it. $800 now.
You're not getting $800. Yeah, it just tells me that that's not really even. I don't know who fucking told you that that was worth $400, and anybody that puts it out there for $400 is a very. It's illegal.
Illegal.
I mean, Jesus Christ! You don't just make something worth $400. No, if Ronda Rousey card is worth $400 fucking dollars, this pen I have in my hand is worth more. That's like me putting a fucking a bag of Skittles on eBay for $400.
That's what they used to do with all those comic books back in the day with like the hologram covers. They used to mark those things up.
Here we go with this shit again. All right.
Free you, Ronnie. Another Nikki card. Ooh. Sasha Banks. Ooh. Velveteen Dream.
He's in the doghouse right now, I heard.
It's because he's garbage.
Ooh. Shawn Michaels.
Okay.
Edge.
Yeah.
Well, the mayor of Knox County.
Mm-hmm.
And Luke Harper.
Yeah, that card's worth probably about a penny.
That's all of them.
That's it?
Yeah.
I don't know what to say.
We made $800 tonight.
$800 fucking dollars. And you aren't gonna make $800.
We're in the money. We're in the
No,
money.
you're not in the money. Edge's card. Okay, look, Bobbitt. If Ronda's card is worth $400, fucking Edge's card is worth more, because he's a Hall of Famer, right?
Right.
Yeah. And do you really think that somebody's gonna pay you over $1,000 for an Edge card?
If they're willing to shell out $400 for a Ronda Rousey card, anything's possible.
I would like to meet the person that fucking shelled out $400 for that card. Because this is what I will do. I will literally punch them in the face and say, you are a dumbass.
Oh, you just don't know true value.
Oh.
Yeah, this is a hardware store.
Shut up.
Shut up, Trek.
Oh my god. Well, is there anything else you got to add to that, Bobbitt, or is that the end of your segment?
Join me next week for two more packs of opening cards. Hopefully, we'll have over $1,000 in a
shut
profit.
The fuck up! You're not. You're not.
I love what Basement put in the chat. Just chilling, watching Bobbitt make $800.
He ain't making $800
Right.
bucks. I don't know why people keep saying he's gonna make. He ain't making shit. Y'all are fools if you think he is. Frickin' knuckleheads.
We know where that money is going. If he gets it, he's going to Japan to meet Oscar.
He couldn't get to Japan on $400 or $800. It costs more than that. What's he gonna do? Get on a fucking raft?
He's gonna ship
I'm
himself
that
in a box
dedicated.
with some holes
It's
in
still
it.
gonna cost more. Jesus Christ, you guys are... You make me want to beat my family. What?
Bobbitt Rich with Ronda Rousey cards, Basement.
Thank you, man. You know, it's not every day you make $800 on the live stream.
Kill you. You're not gonna make $800 off a fucking Ronda Rousey card. You devalue the Ronda Rousey card when you have more. You can't put one Ronda Rousey card, oh, I got another one. Then that other person will come back to you and say, I got ripped off. This ain't fucking worth $400. If Ronda Rousey card is worth $400, there wouldn't have made as... You got two in 2 packs. That tells me that them things that you had have no fucking value. None of them have any value. Now, if I got a Robin Yount baseball card, and if you don't know who Robin Yount is, go read your baseball history. I would then sell that fucker on eBay. And I would not sell that fucker on eBay. I would keep it for myself because I guarantee you that will be worth thousands someday. Because there isn't very many of them. Just saying. Bobbitt, you're not going to make a dime on those 2 cards. You might get back what you paid for the cards. But that's it.
Yeah, you're right. I just looked. $6.
How much?
$6.
Oh, well, by golly gee whiz, Beaver.
Hey, that's $12.
It devalues even more if there's more out there. Just saying.
Bobbitt Basement says you should go to the keg and pay with Ronda Rousey cards.
I should.
He wouldn't even get a fucking cheeseburger. Well, with that being said, does anybody got anything else they'd like to talk about? Open forum. Does anybody in the chat have any questions?
Merge asked if you said you wanted to. Merge said the JP said Bobbitt makes him want to beat himself.
No, that's not what I said. You Bobbitt right now with the reveal of this shit makes me want to beat my family.
Basement. JP, what kind of ass workouts do you do according to Basement?
What?
Basement wants to know what kind of ass workouts you do.
I don't do ass workouts. I don't. What the fuck kind of question is that? I don't know what your fascination with my ass is, Basement, but.
Aaron apparently has a question. Okay, Aaron, what's your question, buddy?
Let me get back on camera here. I am holding a baby. So.
Yeah. Next week.
Yeah. Oh my God! No, please, not again.
He wants to know when Jason Jordan's
He's
coming
not.
back.
Stop saying that. He's never coming back. He can't wrestle no more.
I know. Well, that was me. That wasn't me. That was Aaron asking.
And I'm
That's
saying.
who he's yelling at.
Oh.
That's what I'm yelling at you, twit.
Oh, okay.
Bobbitt. Are you literally gonna keep buying like 2 packs? You're gonna have like fucking 20 fucking Ronda Rouseys laying around and shit. Are you gonna go through the cards again?
I'm just looking through them.
Okay, just ask it. How many Ronda Rouseys do you got?
That's
2?
not.
Yeah.
Not worth the fucking paper they're printed on.
I might have 3 when I put up that box next week.
Devalues even more.
Basement wants to know where the Young Bucks, Cody, and Kenny Omega are going.
They're in New Japan. This is a tough question. It's a good question. That's what we were going to talk about. That's what I was going to talk about, the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega. Eventually, I think they're coming to WWE. I know Kenny Omega's contract. Kenny Omega doesn't have an exclusive contract with Ring of Honor. And I don't. Yeah, they don't. I don't think Kenny Omega has an exclusive contract with Ring of Honor. So he was just he was on loan from New Japan. I ultimately see Kenny Omega coming to WWE, but he'll be right to the main roster. He'll be like AJ Styles.
Yeah.
I think Kenny Omega will and this is just me. I'm not saying that this is happening. I think Kenny Omega's last match will be Wrestle Kingdom, or the day after Wrestle Kingdom, and I can't remember what they call that. That just like a pay-per-view event, like a live event or whatever. I think that'll be his last appearance, but we'll see. I could be wrong, but I think they're gonna still be in New Japan. Did you want to put her in her seat? So, yeah. Any other questions?
Not a question, but David was saying he heard BJ Whitmer is gone from ROH.
Who's BJ Whitmer? I don't watch Ring of Honor.
Yeah.
So you have to tell me who BJ Whitmer is.
Yeah.
Wrestle Kingdom. So BJ Whitmer is gone from Ring of Honor. He wasn't unhappy with the company, so why would he leave Ring of Honor if he wasn't unhappy? And I'm not picking on you. If you meant to say, really, Trek, the event is called $400 on eBay. You're such a dipshit.
Aaron, no one knows what the channel is called. Nobody's ever heard of it.
Yeah, it's called the Pursuit channel. Nobody HJs like the BJ. Bobbitt's sitting there going through his cards, and we're sitting here fucking just shooting the shit.
Aaron wants to know who Robin Yount is.
Who?
Brewers player.
Robin Yount. He was a Hall of Fame Milwaukee Brewer. Played 2 positions. The only player up until recently, if I can remember correctly, that won 2 MVPs at 2 different positions. I don't know who else has done that. I don't think anybody else has done that.
I don't think so either.
What do you guys think will happen to Lars Sullivan on the main roster? I think JP doesn't give a shit.
I don't give a shit about Lars Sullivan. What do I think ultimately is going to happen to him? Him and Donkey are going to go on a fucking adventure. That's what I think.
I know it's good to trick.
Ultimately, Basement, I think Lars Sullivan looks like a cross between Gene Schnitzky and fucking Shrek. And it was pointed out to us like a couple weeks ago, I think it was. And ultimately, I think him and Donkey are going to go on an adventure and kick a baby.
David Wells said JP.
We're getting stakes and weights on the main roster.
Heck yeah.
Torrey Hunter did that, I'm not sure. I don't think Torrey Hunter ever won an MVP, you goofball. But I'll look. He won a Gold Glove.
I will say this.
Hold on. Go ahead, Bobbitt.
I'll say this. Now that I'm starting to collect wrestling cards, this is not a bad little place to start with.
Bobbitt, you are really starting to concern me. I can't. I'm fucking with you. Calm down.
But I'll look everything I got. And it's special the rookie cards. It's actually nice to have rookie cards for once.
Yeah. Torrey Hunter never won an MVP. Aaron.
Specialty cards is worth over $400. I mean, what?
Bobbitt.
Basement, we had Trek for. Nobody gave a shit.
I just did, Aaron. He won 9 Gold Gloves. He was a 5-time All-Star, and he was a 2-time something. I can't remember, but it wasn't an MVP. He played center and right field, but he never won an MVP.
Basement wants you to sell your cards, buy some blow and a legless hooker.
No, this is what he said. Bobbitt, sell your cards, buy some blow, and a legless hooker.
And call him over.
And call Basement over.
I will if there's an Oscar card in this.
Whatever, Bobbitt. He played for the Twins and the Angels. You gonna run a train on her stuffy ass? Fucking Basement. We gonna run a train on her stumpy ass. Oh shit. Let me see. Sorry, Jake. Oh, no, you're good. I just don't know who BJ Whitmer is. I've never heard of him. But apparently he gives good hand jobs. That's what Basement said. You don't have to apologize for anything. You guys can ask me any question. I'll try to answer it, but just because I won't know the answer. Trek might know the answer. Choo-choo, motherfucker, Basement says. True story. Oh, shit.
I will burn that Sarah Logan card. Good viewer.
Stop copying me, motherfucker. Let me see. What else is there? What is my favorite?
There's an Oscar kiss
Basement
card.
just asked me what my favorite type of cheese is. From Munda cheese. I'm just kidding. Cheddar cheese. Cheddar cheese is my favorite cheese. You know what Heather's favorite cheese is? From Munda cheese. From under my balls. I'm just kidding. She's standing there like, I keep talking, motherfucker.
And I have a weapon.
Bobbitt,
Mm.
you are part of this show. If you've got something to say, say it.
And it's your channel.
There's an Oscar kiss card.
Well, Bobbitt, why don't you reveal the Oscar kiss card to us?
I can. It's on eBay.
Well, god damn. How much is that worth? $500?
No, 60.
$650. Bobbitt,
No,
listen,
60.
listen.
$6.50?
Careful where she uses that weapon. It's actually not a weapon.
It's a knitting loom.
It's a knitting loom. Okay, Bobbitt is probably going to disappear for a little bit.
Well, he was asking how to get that stuff out of a pop, so.
Bobbitt, can I ask?
She actually.
Yes, I seen that. Can I literally?
She actually kissed.
Can I ask you a question, Bobbitt?
Yeah.
You really didn't jerk off all over that Funko Pop I got you, did I? Did you?
I'm standing up on top of my Young Bucks one.
Okay. What the fuck is that, Basement? That's that Oscar kiss card that Bobbitt was talking about. What is so funny, Trexter? Fucking laughing at everything.
Just that Merge said to forget about Oscar and go for the legless hooker.
Bobbitt,
would you risk jail for sex with Oscar?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty stupid.
Worth.
Like a lifetime of anal rape.
Well, he did have the anal beads.
Oh no, are we gonna tell that story again?
Might as well.
What do I think of the biggest meme of 2018? Was do you know the what the fuck are you talking about? What the fuck does that mean?
Do you know?
What the fuck? Listen to this one. JP, what do you think the biggest meme of 2018? I think it was do you know the way? What the fuck does that mean?
It's the
Ugandan Knuckles.
Ugandan Knuckles.
Yes.
Yes.
The fuck is that?
From Black Panther.
Short. You remember Knuckles from Sonic?
No. Peanut butter and jelly, Basement. Love both. I love peanut butter and jelly sandwiches.
He's
in a kiddo, but like they made him short. And he goes, "Do you know the way?"
No, I don't.
Basement.
You got
David, I didn't see that. I'll look it up.
Knuckles, you keep talking this way.
Dude, there's an autograph.
Trekopedia, did you all see the photo of Adam Cole on Twitter? I put it on a group chat. It's a new logo for NXT TakeOver Phoenix in 2019. No, I did not see that.
You know, I would legit pay $80 for this card.
You probably would.
Dude, I have Oscar's lips.
Oh my God,
Fuck
Bob.
yeah, I would.
It's probably not even Oscar's lips. You do realize that they mass produce that shit. Do you think they actually stand there and have Asuka kiss every fucking card?
Yes.
No, they
Yes.
don't.
Look, it
No,
says,
Bob.
it says authentic kiss card.
I get that, but really, you think Asuka's? They make Asuka stand there and kiss every card.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you are so delusional.
I think the legless hooker kissed it.
You are so delusional. That's like.
Considering there's only 9 of them, yeah, I think.
I still don't think.
There's only 9
There's only 9
I don't
of
care.
them.
I don't care if there's fucking 2 of them.
I care.
I care because it's Asuka.
You are
Aaron,
weird. You're like
Aaron, what the fuck are you
full
saying?
blown fucking what's the word I'm looking for? Fucking stalking this poor woman. It's kind of creepy.
Baby Shark D-O-D-O-D. What the fuck, Aaron?
See? Even Basement said owning an authentic kiss card is straight up creepy. Basement said, I want one.
See?
Hey, we're just sitting here having fun, you know. The show is over. This Week in Wrestling is over. My daughter's about to collectively lose her shit. Nope. I will be right back. Go ahead. Continue talking.
I don't think it's really poor Asuka that she could probably kick the shit out of Bobbitt anyway. But I think he'd be okay with that too.
Well, of course I'd be okay with it.
Baseman, I don't know what to say about that. I wish I could still shit in a diaper. Okay, thanks for your input. Bobbitt, you can kiss it. It's your card. I would miss it too if you get. Can I have it? What the heck? Basement. Well, Basement, you could, but it depends.
Hey, what's wrong with what you mean This Week in Bobbitt's phone? What the fuck kind of weird shit is that? Bob would rub his dick upon the kiss card, and I would be proud. That's my boy. That's my boy. That's my little man. Truck it and Bobbitt plus Asuka kiss card equals American Pie moments. That'd be kind of weird because you'd have to put a hole in the fucking card, which devalues the card. Well, I think rubbing his dick on it would devalue the card. Trek, I'm sorry if I'm being wired. I'm just high right now. So weird.
Bobbitt Basement likes your hat.
Thanks.
Hey, Bobbitt, this is your show, and you're on your phone.
I'm looking at Asuka
Nobody
cards.
gives a fuck about Asuka.
JP, that red hat makes me wish you were near a bowl.
You're running a live stream, Bobby. Come on, focus.
Dude, the red hat makes me wish you were near a bolt. Why? That sounds like could turn out to be bad for me. Hey, Bobbitt. Aaron Reed's high right now.
I don't care.
I don't care.
Why are you so angry? Why are you so angry right now?
I'm focusing.
You're focusing on what?
I'm focusing on focusing.
I would nurse you back to health. My teeth. Jesus Christ. Who's to say Bobbitt doesn't coat a hole in the card from all the use? So weird. So weird, Merch. So you can get obliterated. Well, that's not very nice.
Yeah, but then he wants to nurse you back to health after you get obliterated.
With his teats. I got that.
With his teeth.
So what else you want to?
Basement needs.
Go ahead.
Basement needs a new bear costume.
Why does Basement need that red hat? Makes me think he's. Shut the fuck up. Really? Does it look like I have a goddamn fucking Santa hat on, you indignant twit? What's weird? You take what as a compliment? What that comment you made was weird? It's a little weird. I hope he delivers me a present. How old are you, Aaron Reed? And don't tell me you're fucking, if you're 17, 18 and still believe in Santa, oh, did I ruin it for everybody? Then you're a fucking idiot. Jesus. JP looks like... That's... Wow. That went south quickly. JP looks like Santa Claus post-AIDS. I love him, though. And you still believe in Santa... I'm done.
Apparently he's 18.
What?
Apparently he's 18. I'm not
And
totally
that's why I
sure,
said,
but that's what
I
it
know
says.
you're 18 twice.
Yeah.
And you believe in Santa Claus. You know he's not real. My daughter is looking at me now like I just ruined her life.
Basement.
Santa comes to my bed every Christmas night and makes more money. He'll be back. Who will be back? What the fuck is... What are you talking about, Merch? Who will be back?
No.
Bobbitt.
Huh?
You got any stories? Okay,
Oh,
hold on.
man.
So this, okay, Aaron, this is you. You said that red hat makes me think he's Santa. And then you said, I hope he delivers me presents. So you believe in Santa Claus. I love Christmas too.
And after, then he smokes a cigarette and he leaves.
I love Christmas, man. Christmas, I used to not like Christmas, but I love Christmas. Christmas is good time. We have cookies and milk. After then, he smokes a cigarette and leaves. Are you sure it's a cigarette?
Well, like Bobbitt's favorite phrase is smoke weed every day.
That's not his favorite saying. That's just saying the thing that he has on his phone. And smoke weed every day. Rest in peace, Red Hat. You missed the Red Hat? Yeah, it's a little bit bright, I know. I was actually... Don't know why I wore it. It's really bright. I'll probably wear it again on Christmas Day. Which reminds me, we will not be doing a show on Monday or Tuesday. We will be back Thursday.
On a Thursday? Well, contact me after Tuesday.
One time he got me. See, this is what I'm talking about. One time he got you a puppy for Christmas. Who got you a puppy for Christmas? Your mom and dad or Santa Claus?
You know who.
You know
No, I
who.
don't know who.
That guy, he believes in.
Bring the red hat back. I don't want to bring the red hat back. My kid just farted. It was so great. Yeah, and yet you said I didn't say that I believed in him. Come on, man. Santa's not real. Weirdo. Well, with that being said, anybody got anything they want to add to the show?
Nah.
Bobbitt, it's your show.
Well,
I'll take us out then.
Okay.
It was a good show. From all of us here, have a very Merry Christmas, and we'll see you next week. And remember, I have more cards to open up next week. Hopefully, more $400 cards.
Have a Merry Christmas, everybody. I love you all.
Merry Christmas, folks.
Have a good night.